Hello, and thanks for joining me today. My name is Sahara, and today we are going to do a grounded Vinyasa practice. I know for some people that probably won't make a lot of sense because Vinyasa often to people means up, moving quickly, marrying breath to movement. And we are marrying breath to movement. For me, Vinyasa is that process of marrying breath to movement. But we're not going to be moving super quickly. I am going to take the time to set us up in positions and then move into some dynamic movement where we will use the breath, and hopefully it will feel like a bit of a movement meditation, which is what I'm hoping for today. I will always tell you that take no notice of what I am doing on this mat. It is my job to guide you with my cues, and hopefully I will do that well enough. I don't want you to be checking what my body's doing and making sure that your body does the same, because we're not the same. My body is not your body. You know your body far better than I know your body. So please listen to it. And if at any point you want to take breaks, take breaks. If at any point you want to close your eyes, close your eyes. You can keep them wide open. You can have a soft gaze. Whatever feels comfortable for you is what I want you to do. I have themed this class, right? Bear with me, right? Take what you need, leave the rest. I have themed this class today. I will start with this. This is, I know, I'm not here to educate you. I'm here to help you move. But still, I love this. It's really cool. So I just really want you to know what my thought process was whilst I was designing this class. And then I want you to notice throughout the class. That is your task. Notice if you can tell when we move from one place to another. So science now shows us that we have all of these different areas in our body where there is a plexus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plexus, basically a bundle of nerves, and then these nerves innervate different organs. Cool, right? What is even cooler is that thousands of years ago, the theory of chakras, I don't know if you can see it because this is the shiny paper, the theory of chakras. This was not scientific. There was nothing to prove it other than the experiences that people were having. But it was theorized that they were these energy centers that run up the spine that affect these different organs of the body. Anyway, so I did theme it around the chakras. If you're into chakras, amazing. See if you can notice when we move from one to the other. If you're not into chakras, see if you notice when we move from one plexus to the other. You saw where they were. They were up the spine too. See if you notice where we seem to be moving from the most. All of the plexuses do, in fact, line up with where there is supposed to be a chakra. And just quickly, chakras, root, sacral or sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. And that's enough from me. Shall we get started? Please meet me at the back end of the mat in a child's pose. You can choose your child's pose as we warm up the body a little bit. So you can have your knees wide and your feet together, or you can have your knees together. You can have your arms out in front when you get down there, or you can pop them behind. For me, I'm going for a wide-legged forward fold. Hands out in front, and I'm even going to attempt my palms. And just breathe here for a few breaths. And when you're ready, come to a cat-cow. And then we're just going to thread the needle. So really plant that left palm reach your right arm, palm up to the sky, and then thread it through. And we're just going to stay here for a few breaths, utilising ujjayi if that's part of your practice. And then come back, arm back up to the sky, and then plant the palm. And then to the left side, raise that left arm, right palm pushing into the sky, no, into the mat, and then thread the needle. And we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Lift that left palm back up to the sky and plant the palm. Now we're on all fours in tabletop position. Wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and then we're going to do a few more thread the needle, but we're going to keep them dynamic this time. So, left palm planted, right arm to the sky, thread the needle on an exhale, and then come back up on an inhale. And we're just going to do 3 of these. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, raise your arm. And then plant the palm. And over to the next side. Exhale into twist. And when you come back to tabletop, just sit yourself back on your heels. And we're going to take a few breaths here. Just notice how you feel. Place your arms wherever you like. You can put your palms to your body if you like. You can have them down your sides. You could be in Anjali Mudra, in prayer position. Is your heart beating faster than when you started? I know mine is. Anyway, let's go to tabletop and then make our way to downward dog. Inner elbows twisting forward. They won't go forward. It's just the intention. This externally rotates your shoulders, which is better just for your safety in this position. You might want to pedal your feet while you're here. Think about the weight distribution. Are you evenly distributing your weight between your palms and your feet? And once you've had a little bit of a wiggle, look forward, step forward in as many steps as it takes, and then widen your feet, toes out to the sides, and then lower yourself down into a yogi squat. And from here, I want you to engage your core a little bit. Just imagine someone's going to come up behind you and they're trying to slide a piece of paper. You don't have to do a big raise, just a little piece of paper between your butt and the backs of your thighs. You can activate by pushing your knees into your arms and your prayer position elbows into your knees if you wish, but keep that core engaged. And breathe. When you've had enough, you can just sit back and we'll meet you there. Now, join me in the bound angle pose. So that is the bottom of your feet together. It doesn't matter how far away or how far in your feet are. Think about where you can feel the sensation. Is it the groin? Is it the outer hips? Is it somewhere else? Just notice. And we're going to come forward into a forward fold, just as far as it's comfortable. And breathe here. You might want to put your fists on top of one another so you can rest your head. You might want to utilise blocks. And then we're going to make this one a dynamic one just for a few breaths too. Keep the vinyasa flowing. Inhale, bring yourself up, and exhale, fold yourself forward. Inhale up, and exhale forward. And when you've finished, come back to a tabletop position. Wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. From here, we are going to stretch the left leg back. Sorry, left and right, always. And the right palm forward. Lift that left leg. Flex the foot. And you can hold it here, or you can add the dynamic movement. Exhale in as you pull in your elbow and your knee round in the back. Do whatever feels comfortable for you. Engage the core. Try and keep your back straight. When it's not arched, of course. Sorry, that was dumb. And when you've had enough, you're going to bring that left knee up to the front of the mat, behind your left hand. Make sure your back leg is straight as we come into a pigeon. Now you can stay here, or you can vinyasa. You can exhale your way down and inhale your way up. Just take notice of what your body needs today. Utilise whichever breath works for you. Moving meditation. And when you've had enough, back to tabletop position. And then we're going opposite leg and arm. Right leg back, left arm forward. Keep your back straight and your foot flexed. And you decide whether you arch and bring in your knee and your elbow. Inhale, expand. Exhale, draw it in. And when you've had enough, you can bring that right knee up to the front of the mat behind the right wrist. Make sure your back leg is straight, and we are coming back to a pigeon on the opposite side. You might want to sway with your breath. You might want to go back up and down. Exhale your way down and inhale your way back up to make this a dynamic movement pigeon. Whatever suits you. You might notice it feels different on this side, and that's totally normal. Do what you need to do for your body on this side. When you've had enough, join us back in table. From here, we're going to go into a plank position. You can keep your knees on the ground if you like. You're keeping everything straight. You're externally rotating so that your inner elbows are pointing forward. Engage your core. And just hold for a moment. Light that fire in the core. You can come down when you've had enough, it's not a problem. We are going to head into a cobra next. So you can lower however feels good for you. You could come to table, or you could chaturanga. Come forward, keep your elbows over your wrists, and lower to the ground. And then cobra. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, back down. Over and over again. Movement is meditation. Exhale down and inhale up. Just as far as is comfortable for you. And when you've had enough, my God, just stop. And down to the ground. We'll meet you there. Now, from here, I'm going to suggest going into a bow pose. If you would rather not, you can carry on with the cobra. You can have a little rest. You can just raise your legs and your arms. And you can have your arms forward or backwards. Or you can join me in a bow pose. So, you are reaching back, grabbing your ankles, pulling away with your ankles, shining the chest forward, and breathe. And if you wanted to make this dynamic movement, you can certainly try that. Exhale, release a little. And inhale, expand the chest a little. A lot. Remember, you can stop when you've had enough at any point. And when we've all finished, we're going back to plank. And then table. There you go, we went in plank for long, weren't we? Then puppy posture. So, keeping your knees where they are, stacked, with your hips stacked over your knees. Take the palms forward, just to the point where you're uncomfortable. Meet your edge. And stretch. And breathe. Take whatever movements you like. Come out of it if you feel uncomfortable at any point. And when you're ready, come back to a table. Sit back on the heels. And then I want you to come and lay on your back. You might want to pull both knees in and just give yourself a quick hug. Maybe have a little rock from side to side. And then keep the right knee. Stretch the left leg back out straight. Take the right knee over your body to the left hand side. And you might want to move your hips over a little bit to see if that helps make space. Now from here, our arms are coming out into a T. Now we're going to take some dynamic movement from here. I want you to take your right palm, place it over the left palm. Get your head and neck comfortable. And from here, we're going to slide the palm. We're keeping the palm on our skin the whole time. So we're moving the right palm over the left wrist, over the left arm, over the chest, elbow to the ground, if it goes that far. And then exhale back. Inhale, expand, open the chest. And exhale, close it all back up like a book. Utilize your breath here. Move in meditation. You can stop when you've had enough. I could do this for a very long time. If you want to just go back to laying on your back, I'll meet you there. And then, of course, we're going to go to the opposite side. Left knee over to the right side. Arms out to a T. Just for a moment. Move your hips to the side if that makes it more comfortable. And then bring your left palm to meet your right palm. Get your head and neck comfortable again. And you know the drill now. Inhale, expand. This is your body and your practice. So you finish whenever you want to finish. And you take any adaptations you want to make. And when you've had enough, just come to lie on your back. And from being flat on your back, we will now come to a bridge. Plant your palms into the ground and slowly lift up Engage your glutes. Lift, lift, lift. As far as it's comfortable. Inhaling all the way. And then exhale. Bring it back down. You know it. Movement meditation. Inhale up. And exhale back down. And you can stop when you've had enough. And I'll meet you there. Now, if a shoulder stand or a plow is part of your practice, do feel free to play and engage with those. From here, we're going to go into a fish pose. So, really dig those elbows into the ground, palms into the ground, and lift your chest and throat. And the crown of your head almost is now on the mat. You're not putting any weight into it. You could make this dynamic if you like. Exhaling back down and inhaling back up. Feels like a hell of a lot of effort to me. You know the drill. When you've had enough, lower yourself back down. Take any movements you want to move, what you want to take to serve your body. And then we're going to rock and roll back up. Enjoy it. Enjoy the process. Inhale back. Exhale forward. And I'll meet you in a sat-up position. Legs out straight. In front of you. Straight back. Inhale. Stretch, reach up with your arms. Plenty of space for the shoulders. And exhale forward. Keeping your back straight, looking forward. You can bend your knees if you wish. You can hold onto your feet, your ankles, your shins. It doesn't matter. And then exhale. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. And then make it dynamic. Inhale, straight flat back. And exhale, fold forward. You might find the more times you do this, the more you're able to bend inwards. And from here, come back up to a seat. You can leave your legs out long if you like, or you can come to a cross-legged seat. You could come to a kneeling position. We're gonna do some seated twists. From here, I am gonna cross my legs. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, twist to your right. Left palm to your right knee. Right hand behind you. Settle here for a few breaths before we move into the dynamic movement. We're twisting here from the abdomen. Inhale your arms up and exhale to the left. Keeping your spine straight. Breathe in here for a few moments before we head into the dynamic movement. Inhale your arms up and exhale that twist to the right. Inhale your arms up and exhale that twist to the left. You know how to do it. Keep going. Please don't look at what my position looks like. My body and your body are not the same. Close your eyes if you wish. Close your eyes at any point of the practice if you wish, she says near the end. When you've done the final one to the left side, just inhale your arms back up and fold forward again. We're going to stay here for about 10 breaths. So if you've got your legs crossed, you're going to want to switch 5 breaths in. Bring yourself back to a comfortable seat. And we're just going to take a few, not a few, more than a few, deep breaths here. Is there some kind of breathwork practice that you enjoy utilising? If so, please do. Whether that's some kind of counting or humming. I am just going to use Ujjayi. If you want to join me, that's great and fine too. Put your hands wherever they feel comfortable. Just notice what's going on in your body. Does anything feel freer than when we started? Or does anything feel more sore than when we started? Is there any little movements or wiggles that you want to get out? Please do so. It's your body. You know it better than I do. I feel like my sides need stretching still. So if you'd like to join me in some side stretches, of course you can. And return to your comfortable position whenever you've had your wiggles. And be proud of yourself for noticing where you needed to move and for action in that. You tuned in. You listened to your body. That can be a mammoth task in itself. Notice how you feel. Your eyes can be open, closed, or you might just have a soft gaze. You might just notice your breath. Or you might be manipulating the breath. We're going to come back to lay on our backs now and enjoy our corpse pose. I know it can be really difficult to do nothing. It's really difficult for me to do nothing. It always feels like there is a big list of things to do, but that will still be there when you've done. So I want you to join me in the corpse pose, and I want you to just acknowledge all of those thoughts that come up that are telling you that you could be doing something now rather than wasting a few minutes lying here with me. We're going to let the nutrients of our practice settle in. We're going to let the energy that we've just cultivated and moved around settle in. So please find a comfortable position. You can have your legs out long, or you could even be in constructive rest pose with your feet out to the side and your knees inwards, like a little tent. Whatever is most comfortable for you and your body. Now, I am going to be quiet for a few minutes. And when it's time to come back to your body, I will want you to start by just wiggling your fingers, maybe running your thumbs over your fingertips and wiggling the toes. And I'll indicate that it's that time by giving this a little sound bowl, a little ting. And then you can make your way back. But until then, quiet. Acknowledgement. Acknowledge all of those thoughts. But then let them go. They'll still be there. Just like that to-do list. And that's your cue to start bringing yourself back to your body. Fingers and toes. You hook the dogs up too. Arms and legs moving. You can slowly bring yourself back to a comfortable seat. And I'm just going to ting this again because I loved that. Ah, beautiful. As always, I would like to thank you for joining me today and spending your really valuable time with me, and for making that time to show up for yourself. That's amazing. I think you're amazing. We are amazing. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.